In the corner of the southeast Nigeria, something quietly revolutionary just happened. Not just a political speech, not another reborn cutting ceremony, not another imported shipment of finished goods, but a bold decision to stop consuming technology and start producing it. That decision may shape the economic future of an entire state. Today, we'll be talking about the commissioning of the Enugu Haier Factory, a $20 million investment with plans to exceed $30 million. This isn't just about electronics, it is about education, it's about job, it's about technology transfer, industrialization, and most importantly, it's about redefining what made in Nigeria can mean. If you are new here, welcome to this YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put on the post notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I post a new video. In Enugu State, government officials, education leaders, investors, and global partners gathered for what appeared to be a formal commissioning ceremony. A declaration that Enugu would no longer merely consume technology, but produce it. That shift from consumption to production is the heart of this story. Once you understand the scale of the vision behind it, you realize that this is not just an isolated project. It's part of something much bigger. The Enugu Haier Factory is designed with a production capacity of 200,000 units per year. We are not talking about just one type of product. This facility will produce ICT products, new energy products, medical equipment. These products will supply schools, colleges, hospitals, business offices, and retail outlets across the nation. The first production line has already entered full production, and expansion equipment for the second phase is arriving shortly. But here what makes this more strategic than it sounds. This is not about assembly electronics. It is about embedding manufacturing into education and the economic system of the state. One of the most powerful statements made during the commissioning was this: Nigeria is moving from importing technology and consuming technology to transferring technology and adding value to it. That's a massive shift. For decades, many developing economies have operated primarily as import markets. Devices are designed elsewhere, manufactured elsewhere, and shipped in. Local economy become buyers, not builders. But this factory signals a different direction. Through partnership with the Chinese Haier Group, the agreement includes technology transfer. Over time, within about 5 years, local talent is expected to begin leading the expertise in these technologies. Think about what that means. This is not just about jobs, not about wages, but capacity. Access to global best practices in computer manufacturing, quality management systems, and innovation processes. When people understand the system behind the product, not just how to assemble it, you unlock entrepreneurship, which is new startup, new industries, and new confidence. That's how industrial revolution actually began. The factory is not just about industrial infrastructure, it's about educational strategy. The facility will produce smartphones, tablets, computers, smart boards, Android televisions, educational and health technologies, and renewable energy solutions. Because Enugu is building smart green schools that focus on learning, students will learn robotics, artificial intelligence, mechatronics, renewable energy, and regenerative agriculture. And here's the key difference: they won't learn just theory, they will gain hands-on experience in electronics assembly, hardware maintenance, quality assurance, and modern manufacturing system. The factory becomes a live laboratory. This changes the pipeline. Instead of graduating students who search for jobs, you create graduates who understand industry from the inside. And the policy requires students to acquire at least 2 trade skills before graduation. The factory is expected to employ between 50 and 100 people initially, with projections exceeding 200 employees when fully completed. They are described as premium jobs with spillover effects, impacting many more people. We all know manufacturing has a multiplier effect. When you produce locally, entire ecosystem emerge around the production center. Small and medium scale enterprises benefit, and the conversation goes even deeper. Instead of exporting lithium as raw material, The vision includes producing lithium battery locally, that is vertical integration, and that is how the GDP of a state can be increased in a meaningful way. Another defining feature of this facility is its renewable energy focus. New energy storage batteries, inverters, and solar panels are part of the expansion plan. Industrialization and environmental responsibility are not mutually exclusive, they are complementary, because the future of manufacturing is not just productivity, it is sustainable productivity. During the speech, a global example was referenced, a technology company whose evaluation skyrocketed within a year. The point was simple. Technology is the language of the 21st century. Artificial intelligence alone is projected to contribute over $20 trillion to the global economy within a few years. So one cannot sit out of that future. If young people are not integrated into that ecosystem early, the gap widens permanently. So the strategy here isn't just about today's factory output. It is about ensuring that the next generation is prepared for the industries that will dominate the global economy. So the commissioning of this new factory in Enugu State shows that Enugu is open for business, Enugu is ready for industry, Enugu is ready for partnership, and it is ready for global competition. And very soon, the world will become very familiar with 3 words, which are made in Enugu, which will create a mindset shift from dependence to capacity, from import to innovation, from potential to activation. But one thing is certain, if you want to build a future economy, you don't start by buying it, you start by building it. And somewhere in Enugu, that building has already begun. According to government information, these projects are in keeping with Governor Peter Mbah promise to grow the economy of Enugu, hitherto known as a civil service state, for $4.4 billion to $30 billion in 4 to 8 years through private sector investment. He also wants to reposition the state as the preferred destination for investment, business, tourism, and for living. Ever since Governor Peter Mbah became governor of Enugu State, a lot of projects, a lot of changes, a lot of innovation have taken place in Enugu State. He's keeping up to his promise, the promise he made to the people of Enugu during his campaign. So there are so many projects that are taking place in Enugu, so many road reconstruction projects in Enugu State. So guys, you can do it to check them out at my video catalog. I've made some video concerning Enugu State so that you can be updated on the current happening in Enugu State. So we have come to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share so that other people can get to see this video, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.